Welcome to the DDConnect website, an online community and resource for New Jersey citizens with a family member who has a developmental disability. If you're hearing my voice and watching on YouTube, you've clicked this little button here, Learn More. We're going to begin to learn some more about how to navigate this site in a quick video tutorial. First off is the home page, which is where we are now, and this will remain fairly constant, except over here on the left you will see who has recently posted to one of the threads in our discussion forums, one of the central elements of the site. So every time you check back, you should check over here and see if there's something of interest that you want to investigate. Click on it and go, or go directly to the discussion forums themselves, which we'll be talking about in just a minute. The next button up at the top, marching across from left to right, is the About section. This just gives you a quick overview of how this whole resource came into being, with the generous support of the New Jersey Council on Developmental Disabilities, in collaboration with the New Jersey Division of Developmental Disabilities and the New Jersey Division of Disability Services. It was produced by the Center for Building Knowledge at the New Jersey Institute of Technology. The next button up here takes you to one of the core elements of the site, our discussion forums. As you'll see when you come in, it launches, and we have 5 separate forums, one on community resources, one general discussion forum on general topics, one on housing, one on transitioning, and then one special one on wanted, where people can post requests for information, services, and other things that they may need. You can open any one of these and see who's posting and what they're talking about. And you can see here this is a discussion topic that has been created, and if you click on it and go, you'll see that there are only 2 posts that have been made to it. One that is referring to a housing panel that we actually convened as part of this project to bring together caregivers and others around the issue of housing for people with developmental disabilities. So somebody's referring to it and saying, I thought the housing panel was wonderful and concise. I agree, it was very informative and inspiring. Now anybody can come in and look at these threads and these posts within each of the forum areas. But in order to reply to a post, you first have to register and register with the site. So let's take a look at that process next. Clicking here, the register button. You can see that this takes you to a very simple page. You just have to give a username, and it can be any name you want, and an email address, which is your email address where you will receive emails. There is an instruction page here. If you click on it and go, it'll walk you through this process completely, and you can read down how to do it. Right now, we're just going to walk you through it in video form. So if I want to create a username, and if you follow the instructions that we're using here or in the instructions page, first enter a username. Let's assume that the user in this case is a famous John Doe, and his username for the purposes of this site is jdoe, J-D-O-E. And his email address is john.doe@gmail.com. Of course, you would enter in your own email address and your own username that you want to use, and then you will click Create an Account. And what happens here is you will receive an email at this address welcoming you to the DDConnect community and also giving you a temporary password by clicking New Account. This is the page that will come up as soon as you hit Create New Account. It indicates that your temporary password, and further instructions have been sent to your email address, but you're still not allowed to post comments until you use the password to fully register and unlock this capability. Now in the interim, John Doe will have received an email from DDConnect at his email address that he entered in, and it will say, Welcome to DDConnect. Please go back to the site using this temporary password, and in this case the password is, that's right, DDConnect, and enter in your username and log in. So we're back here now, and we can log in at any of these login points. Let's go to this one and log in for the first time now that we've registered. So again, we know that the username is jdoe, and now the password that has been sent, the temporary password, is DDConnect. And now you log in. Now since we were in that thread originally when you logged in, we're still in it. So now you have the opportunity to reply to TMM, who thought the housing panel was wonderful and concise. So let's try typing in a comment. And John Doe's perspective, he's looked at the video list here on our website. It says, yes, check out the housing videos on the DD site. And so now he said this. He can preview what this is going to look like before he posts it. There it is, and it looks good. He scrolls down to the bottom after you've done preview, and you hit save, and that posts it to the website. Your comment has been queued for moderator and will be published after approval. This is a moderated site to avoid spam and other types of negative postings. This is supposed to be a site to help people with developmental disabilities and their caregivers understand and be able to use and access services effectively, and to be mentored and mentor each other. So it's moderated, and once the moderator has approved it, lo and behold, your post gets added to the list. In this case, you were responding to TMM, and here it is. Yes, check out the housing videos on the DDConnect site. Once you've been logged in, you can post to any of the forums and as many times as you like to provide information to your peers or to ask questions. And so why don't we do what John Doe recommends and go check out the videos on the site. If you go up to the top, you see the videos button, and you click down, and you see, similar to the forums, we have community resources, general videos, housing videos, transitioning videos. These are primarily, except for the general ones, are based on the panels that we held, bringing together caregivers and families of people with developmental disabilities along with service providers and other representatives to discuss these issues in detail. So click on any one of them. Let's look at transitioning this time. We've looked at housing, and there's a number of videos here. Let's look at Barbara Adams talking, and you see this comes right up. You click and go, and it has a little bit of introductory matter, presents Life Beyond School in this case. Barbara Abrams, Jewish Family and Children's Services, and more information, and then the video launches. You won't be able to hear it just by the nature of the way we're recording this right now, but there's video and audio, and you can see all the different people who participated in the panels and all the audience interaction that they had. So if we go back to the videos button, you can also see the section on housing has a series of videos from a panel, as will community resources, and eventually general will have other videos added to it. You can feel free to recommend videos that we should put in any of these categories or others that you feel are important. The final section to take a look at is resources under the resources button. And when you come to the resources page, you can see it's organized in similar categories. We've added one on education. Let's go to the one on general this time, and you'll see what the resource pages look like. It's a very simple list. You can scroll through it and go. We'll keep adding resources to this. Let's take a look at one up here, the Alliance for Technology Access, ATA. That brings you to a quick page that gives you a quick sentence or two that tells you what this resource is, to make sure you're interested in it, and if you are, you simply click on it and go, and it takes you to the resource itself. So all the resources are organized this way, and you can continue to go through them at your leisure. And also, if you want to make recommendations either through the threads or by contacting us of other resources you think should be put up, please feel free to do so. That's the main purpose of the site, is to share information. The final button is Contact Us. Again, you can email into the moderator anytime you want to with questions, messages, feedback about the site, and also a place where you can list additional resources. So let's finally go back to the home page and discuss one other issue. If you want to see your own user page or your user information now that you've registered, you have to go up into the URL area and type www.ddconnect.org and then /user. And once you do that, it'll take you to your user page. And you can see here J. Doe, my history. John has been a member for all of 13 minutes and 29 seconds. But if he wants to edit his information, and particularly if he wants to change his password, he can do it here. I'm not going to walk through that now. But this is how you get into your user profile that's unique to you, and you can change your password. As you remember, we had DDConnect. You probably do want to change that if you're John Doe, and he might make it John Doe, or whatever he wants to make it. So with that, I welcome you again to the DDConnect website. I hope this tutorial was useful, and I look forward to lots of action on the site and lots of utilization. Thank you.